Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. So today we are going to discuss some of the mistakes that you must avoid while preparing for Maharashtra CET. Okay, so the examination is 2 months away, but it does not mean that you are at like some sort of relaxation. You have to work very hard in order to excel in this examination, right? You know that the examination is not easy to crack, especially if you are a non-Maharashtrian. So we will discuss some pointers that you must avoid, some common mistakes which most of the aspirants make and should be avoided in order to do well in the examination. If you are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations for the coming session, okay, so you can enroll with us with our comprehensive program. It will cover CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. It will include live classes, recorded videos, practice questions, mock tests, books, and everything else. So the first thing that is that you must avoid is starting late, right? It is for every examination. Okay, and like if you think that if you start late you will be able to catch up with it, right, it is going to be a difficult thing because it is not an easy examination. Because like if you talk about the difficulty level, yes, the difficulty level is easy, but at the same time it is a speed based examination, right? So you need to be very fast and it requires extensive practice. Unless you practice, you won't be able to uh, match up with the speed that is needed to crack this examination, right? So if you think that if you start late and you will be able to cover up for the examination, that is a false assumption that you have. So the serious aspirants must have already started long back itself, not even waiting for this moment. And even if you have not yet started, you can start now. You have 2 months of preparation time. Utilize that time to do well in the examination. Now, second biggest thing is, which is a distraction for all these examinations, is social media and OTT, right? Your mobile phone is your biggest enemy. Okay, so a lot of things might disturb you, social media, right? So just stay away from those things, right? Deactivate your social media accounts, right? If you do not stop using Instagram, Facebook, etc., which are distractive, right? I know people do not use Facebook these days, but yes, Instagram, right? Stop that. Stop following celebrities and all, right? It does not matter whether Ranbir Kapoor gets married or someone else gets married, right? It is not going to impact you. Okay, you must focus on your preparation. Even if you miss some movie or some web series, right? Don't think that okay, this is 1,000 crore movie, I missed it, right? That is not going to benefit you anyway, right? So you can watch those things later. Let's say some web series is coming up, it is natural that you get attracted to those things because all the people are discussing about those things. That is called fear of missing out. You must have heard this term FOMO. So prevent yourself from that, okay? Because these are the things that eat up a lot of your time, and you do not realize that how much time you waste on watching Instagram reels, etc. Okay, how much time you spend on other social media platforms, okay, chatting to people who are maybe less relevant to you, okay. And there are some people fond of binge watching on Netflix, Prime, etc. So just stay away from these things because they eat up a lot of your time, which can be used in some better way. Then one big thing that people must be worrying about is the examination pattern. Okay, so the thing I would say is do not worry about the pattern. Uh, like last year there was a different pattern. It will be different for everyone else, right? If it is like assorted paper, it will be assorted for all. If it is a mix, like section wise paper, then it is going to be the same for all. So do not worry about the examination pattern. At this stage, just prepare for the examination, wait for the official notification. At the last moment, you can devise some strategy to excel in that format. Okay, so do not practice both kind of papers, right? We have there are past papers or mocks on both patterns, right? So do attempt both kinds so that you can strategize yourself that how are you going to tackle the scenarios. Then if you're writing mocks, first of all, it is very important to write mocks, right? So if you're writing mocks, it is very important to analyze the mocks. There are some people who just write mocks. They will say that they have written 30 mocks, 30 mocks they diye, 40 mocks they diye, right? But they do not analyze it. Unless you analyze a mock, it is of no use. Even if you take 10 to 15 mocks, but you analyze them thoroughly, that helps you better than taking 50 mocks and not analyzing them, right? So what do you do in analysis is like check what are the things that you got correct, incorrect, or maybe like you left, or like by fluke you got them right, right? So if something gets correct in the appropriate time, if you took appropriate time to get something correct, that is the something that is your actual score, right? Other things are your luck factors. Maybe you just marked a fluke and it worked, okay, that is a luck factor. If you get incorrect, please see that did you not know the concept, was it a concept mistake, or was it a silly mistake, right? Silly mistake means you need more focus, concept mistake means you need to learn things, okay? Or if you left something in the paper, right, that it could be knowledge gap, right? You did not know the thing, that is why you left the question. Let us say something came up in quant, right? Uh, you do not know the concept, so learn that concept. If you left it because of time factor, okay, you saw that, okay, I could not attempt the question because I had no time left, right? So in that case you need to focus on time management. So this is how you analyze mocks. And let us say you realize that, okay, I am not good at calculation based questions, right? My calculations are slow. So instead of doing questions in quant, because there is no sectional cutoff, you can utilize that part in some other section. Maybe you are good with reasoning. Let us say you take 15 minutes for 10 quant questions. Okay. At the same time, you can do in 15 minutes, you can do 12 reasoning questions. Right. So it is better to do these than to do this, isn't it? So whichever is your strong area, you should focus more on that, right? Because eventually it is a total score. They are not asking for the sectional cutoffs, right? So try to find your strengths and weaknesses by analyzing mocks. So when you analyze mocks thoroughly, it gives you a lot of information about yourself, right? So different people might be good at different things. Your concepts, different people might have difficulty or strength in different concepts. So make sure that you analyze the mocks thoroughly. The next thing is analyzing mocks is important, but do not take the mocks too lightly or too seriously. Too lightly in the sense that not analyzing, too seriously, like people go with this assumption that if they are scoring 120 in mocks, will they score 120 in the examination, right? Just use it for your better performance, right? Just use it for improvement. Do not take too seriously. Some people say कि मेरे mocks में 100 110 ही बन रहे हैं, right? Will I be able to score 140 plus? And there are a lot of people they ask, right? They say that in every mock they are scoring in this range. Can they reach this? Yes, definitely you can reach there, right? After all, these are mock tests. These are not actual examinations. Okay. Now you see your score 100 and 110. What about others? Right? Suppose there are a lot of people taking, they are also getting marks in the same range. They are also not getting beyond this. So do not worry about the marks that you are getting. Right? That is the biggest mistake that people make. They keep worrying कि मेरे mock में score अच्छा नहीं आ रहा है. Right? Okay, that is fine to consider that why it is not improving, but do not break your head. Like do not overthink on it. Right? दे दिया ठीक है, कम आया कोई बात नहीं, improve. Right? Mocks should be basically for learning purpose. Okay, that is not the true picture that you will do in the examination. It is possible that you are getting low scores in mock. On the examination day, you have learned all the mistakes, you had a proper strategy, you do well in the examination. Or it might happen that you are doing good in mocks, but you are not analyzing things and you did bad in the examination. Okay, so that is uh, something that you need to consider while taking mock tests. Then ignoring a particular section is not a good idea. Okay, so there are some people who ignore, let us say some people ignore abstract reasoning. They say कि 25 questions आते हैं, let me ignore that. Okay, some people, or I would rather say subsection, right? Of course, you will not ignore everything, but some people will say, okay, let us ignore RCs. Okay, RCs से मान लो 15 question आ गए. Uh, Possible that the questions might be easy, okay, or you ignored data interpretation. You said कि data interpretation पूरा छोड़ देते हैं, I will do other portions of quant. What if other things turns out to be difficult, like if other portion turns out to be difficult but turned out to be easy. So do not ignore any particular section or subsection, especially the ones which have high weight, right? Like abstract reasoning you cannot ignore. Maybe you do not attempt all 25 questions, you attempt 10 questions only out of 25, but attempt some questions. Do not leave the section altogether. Okay, similarly, let us say in reasoning, do not ignore some particular, let's say, puzzles, right? Make sure you do some puzzles because a lot of questions will be based on puzzles. Now, which kind of puzzles? That you will get through practice. Maybe you are good with seating arrangement, but you are not good with uh, making a grid of things. So better through the arrangement based puzzles. Maybe you're not strong at blood relations. Okay, you can ignore that kind of puzzle. You can attempt other kind. Similarly, DI, similarly RC's grammar, right? Whatever thing is there, make sure that you cover everything while practicing, right? Do not skip everything, practice everything, but then decide, okay, this is my strength. Okay, this is something that I am going to definitely do. This is something I'll check the paper. If it is easy, I'll attempt. If it is difficult, I'll ignore. Okay. And next is which people commonly ask, and those are the ones that those people are the ones they always remain in tension, asking for cutoff, score versus percentile, etc. Right? That's the most foolish thing, foolish question to ask before even attempting a paper. Right? You have not seen the paper. Maybe it is difficult, maybe it is easy, right? Maybe it is moderate. We do not know. So asking such questions is just a waste of time, right? Some people ask, I am scoring 110, should I score 140 in the examination? No, just go with the flow, right? Just give your best shot. Make sure that you cover all the concepts, you focus on speed, you cover topics regularly. Okay, do not worry about these things कि कितना कट ऑफ जाएगा, कितना स्कोर वर्सेस परसेंटाइल कितना बढ़ेगा, 99.9 परसेंटाइल के लिए कितना चाहिए, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. Okay, so just try to give your best, right? That's what you can do. Even if I tell you that, okay, for 99.9 percentile you need this much score, right? If you do not work hard, if you do not have that caliber, how can you achieve that, right? So that is not going to give you any result, right? So just stop asking about such things. Cutoff, score versus percentile, these are the things that you must consider after appearing for the examination, right? Afterwards you must think, okay, I attempted these many questions, what could be the possible things that anyway we tell during the analysis, that what could be the expected score versus percentile. Okay, and like comparing with other exams, right? That's a very big mistake. Some people say, I scored 90 percentile in CAT, will I be able to score 95 percentile here? I scored this much in CMAT. Every examination is different. Okay, so it is completely different from other exams. So never compare with any exam. Let us say you did very good in CAT, but you might not be able to do good in this. Okay, so each examination is different kind of strategy. Like abstract reasoning is not asked in CAT, right? So maybe you are good at other things, you did well there. Let's say GK is not asked in this examination. Suppose your GK was good, because of that you did well in CMAT. So maybe you might not be able to do good well here, right? So each exam is different. Do not compare with other exams. Do not ask about cutoffs. Do not worry how much score can you get in the examination. That you will get to know on the day of the examination. Okay, so do not procrastinate कि मैं कितना ला सकता हूँ, कितना ला सकती हूँ. Just leave that thing aside. Just focus on your preparation. Then one thing that I would say is that uh, taking advice from too many people. Okay, do not listen to too many people because that will just confuse you, right? Some people will tell you something, some people will tell some different strategy. Okay, if uh, make your own strategy, I would say. Do not take advice from too many people. If you talk to some other person, that person might have had some other strategy, right? Some people might say कि exam से एक महीने पहले तैयारी करो हो जाएगा. Some people might say no, you have to prepare for 6 months. Each person is different. Okay, some people might say कि English पे बहुत ज़्यादा focus करना है, right? Maybe that person was weak with English. Some other person might be good with quant, right? That person might give you some other suggestion. So you should know your own strength and weakness, and you improve that section, right? So each person will have different strategy. Some people will say that you take 30 marks. Some will say take 10 to 15 marks only, right? So there is no concrete thing in this. It depends. Like suppose you have more time for preparation, you can go for more marks. Okay, and but certain things are common that you need to prepare every day. You need to do not have to skip days. Let us and prepare everything at least once in 2 days, right? Let us say some people, what they do is they will say, okay, Monday we will do quant, right? On Tuesday they do LR, on Thursday, on Wednesday they did English, and then on Thursday when they again come to quant, they forget things what they learned on Monday. Okay, so make sure that you do at least 2 to 3 sections in a day, and even if you do not give too much time, give some time to all of the sections. Okay, so apart from that, utilize your time as much as possible. Okay, and uh, like cover each of the topics, cover easy topics first, right? Those are the things that are general advices, but section specific advices and other general advices avoid from too many people, okay, because that will just make you confused. Next big thing is utilizing your holidays, right? So some of you must be graduates, graduating right now, and you must be having holidays. Okay, and if you even if you are working professional, you have holidays over weekends. Make sure that you utilize those holidays to the best possible manner. Okay, so like some people go for vacation, right? It's good to go for vacation and all those things, right? I know it is summer and all, people love enjoying that, but make sure, like even if you're doing that thing, you spend some time for practice. बिकॉज ठीक है, ऑल दीज थिंग्स साउंड गुड कि यार ट्रैवल करना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए, दुनिया घूमनी चाहिए. All these things sound good, right? They look cool. Okay, you have the fear of, like, you see, that's why he said that refrain from social media also, right? You see others, okay, he's traveling there, he has gone to mountains, someone has gone to the beaches, right? That is good, but at the same time, this focus on your career is more important. Okay, so that is happens that and that is what a big mistake people make is they enjoy these things. Okay, it's good to enjoy things, right? You have life to enjoy, but when it comes to examinations and all, you need to be serious for some time, and you can enjoy later, although that is just a saying, right? I like personal experiences, you do not get time for that again, right? But there has to be a balance. Okay, so if some person tells that, like, if you prepare well, you crack the examination, you will get time to enjoy later, you will never get time. But the thing is, like, if you spend your holidays for some enjoyment purpose, it should not be solely for enjoyment. Give some time to your preparation also along with it. And very important thing is that do not ignore your health, right? Eat well, sleep well, right? Have some exercise in your daily schedule, because health is important. If you fall sick, then obviously you will lose time, you will not be able to prepare well. So they say that there is a sound mind and a sound body, so health is very important. Even if you do not do other things, like just go for a walk, maybe 1 hour per day, spend that properly. Sleep for at least 7 to 8 hours a day, right? I recommend 7 to 8 hours of sleep is a must for your mind to get recharged, right? Eat healthy food and do not eat junk food. Okay, and give at least 1 hour for some workout. Maybe you can do light workout, even if you are not a fitness freak, you can do some light walk, in the morning, evening. You can have it both times, like 30 minutes morning and evening, or 1 hour at one particular time. So make sure that this is something that you also focus upon. Okay, so I gave you certain things that you should avoid, right? And the things that you must do. These are some do's and don'ts that impact your performance. Okay, so major things like focusing on health, taking mock tests as a learning experience and not taking them very seriously, analyzing mocks properly, starting on time, utilizing your holidays, whatever you get, and apart from that, not asking unnecessary things, right, which are not going to have any impact, like what will be the score versus percentile, what will be the cutoff and all. Okay, that is not going to help right now. Right now your focus should be just to give your best in the examination, and think of these things later, that okay, what will be the cutoff, you'll get to know later on. Every year the examination is different, and comparing with other exams, right? Some people say मेरे CMAT में इतने आए, यहाँ भी इतने आ जाएंगे. No, you cannot guarantee, right? Like I did very well in X examination, right? Same person, so giving my example, right? I did very well in IFT, but I could not do well in TISNET, right? I could not qualify TISNET. So same person, right, with the same level of aptitude, mm, just in a few days span of time, right, the the outcome can be very different. So that is why, do not compare yourself with any other examination or any other person. Just give your best performance in the examination, and just see what happens in the result. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.